invested in me. I, ABERILLA, the chairperson of the Committee on Climate Safety and Disaster Risk Reduction, and the presiding officer for today's assembly, do hereby declare session in order. But before anything else, Honorable Rose PUNAY, can you please proceed to the roll call?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. So, if your name is called, please say aye.
Honorable Melchizedek ABERILLA,
Aye.
Honorable Jean DELUBIO,
Aye.
Honorable Linnea Grace JUDAYA,
Aye.
Honorable Frisha Erica ICOY,
Aye.
Honorable Almart TALISIC.
Aye.
We are complete, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so now we are complete, or we are in quorum, so we can now proceed to the order of businesses. Any motion to start with the first agenda? Anyone? Okay.
I move to proceed the meeting to the next agenda.
Any second?
I second the motion.
Okay, thank you. So the meeting has been formally moved to the next agenda by Honorable ICOY and was seconded by Honorable TALISIC. Before we proceed, let us take a look on what we have in store for today's meeting. So the agenda for today's meeting, Tuesday, December 10, 2024. First, call to order. Second is roll call. Third, case checking and declaration of purpose. 4, discussions and proposals. 5, other matters. And the last is adjournment. Again, are there any motion to proceed to the next agenda? Okay.
I move to proceed to the next agenda.
Any second?
I second the motion.
Okay, thank you. So, the meeting has been properly moved to the next agenda by Honorable ICOY and was seconded by Honorable TALISIC. Now, let us proceed to the one of the main agendas for today's assembly, which is the case checking and declaration of principles. Oh, sorry, apologies for the sudden disturbance. I will be back in a minute, and Honorable DELUBIO, can you please do the honors?
My pleasure.
Okay, thank you, Honorable DELUBIO.
Good day, Committee on Climate Safety and Disaster Risk Reduction. As your Deputy Chairperson, I would like to address the reason why we've gathered here today. According to the 2016 Annual World Risk Index Report of the United Nations University Institute of Environment and Human Security, the Philippines was a third in ranking when it comes to being a disaster-prone country. Of course, data-wise and from a logical basis, this risk grew larger over the years as the adverse effects of climate change continue to impact countries globally. For a third world country, we have accomplished a lot when it comes to disaster preparedness. However, it's important to note that no preparation is enough and that we must strive harder to improve the capability of our disaster action, mitigation, and prevention. To properly handle any possible worst-case scenario in facing natural and man-made disasters. So in Provincial Ordinance Series of 2024, the Office of the Governor mandated the creation of a committee known as the Committee on Climate Safety and Disaster Risk Reduction to address the weaknesses in disaster preparedness of different and certain local government units across the whole province. The main objectives of these committees is to gather information regarding the disaster preparedness, to soon develop the capacity of the LGU in facing environmental and climate issues, and challenges to pave way for the manifestation of promising resolutions, and to treat the possible adverse effects of unpreparedness like it's a major public or community concern. So are there any questions, clarification, violent reactions? So if none, then let's proceed to the next agenda for the day's Assembly.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable DELUBIO, for stepping up and for the save.
No worries, Mr. Chair.
Once again, are there any questions, clarifications, or violent reactions? Hearing none, can we have any motion to proceed to the next addendum? Okay.
I move to proceed the meeting to the next order of business.
Any second?
I second the motion.
Okay. The motion was raised by Honorable ICOY and was seconded by Honorable TALISIC. Now, we're open the discussion from these government agencies that we have here today. I, the chairperson, have invited these persons as they would serve a pivotal role in attaining the end goal and objectives of this committee that it seeks to fulfill. May we have first the representative from the Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, or LDRMO, Honorable JUDAYA.
Thank you for the recognition, Mr. Chair. Good morning, honorables. I am JUDAYA, the representative from the Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. And I am here to present the case of the disaster response and preparedness within our LG. As a municipality with relatively vast, mountainous and secluded areas, one of the challenges in disaster response is the time it takes to reach or gain access to those places and provide them with the attention they really need in times of disasters or severe weather patterns and conditions. Another issue is that there is still prevalent in those areas and even in other areas near the central town spaces is the lack of monitoring and capacity to predict potential hazards within areas of concern in an indefinite time period. There have been a lot of options to achieve the goal of strengthening the monitoring efforts to predict future outcomes relating to its occurrence. However, these viable options were either never taken into consideration or were not even exhausted in the first place. And the last major issue that is continuously challenging our capacity to address these concerns is the lack of funding or allocation and the lack of resources. Together with the absence of proper investment on assets such as quick response vehicles, rubber boats, rain gauges or odometers, and others with proven long-term purposes like flood-prone projects, water level monitoring systems, and etc.
Thank you, Honorable JUDAYA. Now let me hear the case from the Public Information Officer, Honorable TALISIC.
I appreciate it, Mr. Chairperson. So, good morning, honorables. As you have heard earlier, I am TALISIC, the Public Information Officer from the LGU. And I'm here to enlighten you on the case of information dissemination in relation to disaster response and preparedness of our very own municipality. The information relayed by my office relating to weather reports or updates is only limited to the verified information from various reliable or official sources, such as the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRRMC, and our resident, the LDRRMO. The Public Information Office does not, at all times, as an instrumentality, have the authority to gather real-time information and disseminate it without the official release from agencies made for that specific purpose, as it would raise suspicion, especially when there is certain information that does not match. Lastly, the Public Information Office is highly dependent on the decisions of the Executive and the Municipal Council when it comes to the LGU's course of action amidst the current state of condition of the community before, during, and after disasters or calamities. In other words, The Public Information Office is responsible for disseminating critical information relative to the safety and interest of the public under the command of the executive and legislative departments. So, that would be all.
Thank you for enlightening us, Honorable Talisik. Are there any further information to supplement the previously stated cases? Okay, Honorable Judaya, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In relation to what Honorable Talisik stated earlier, I would also like to add that the local disaster risk reduction and management office also face the exact same issue of not being able to harness real-time information independently to hasten the process of disseminating information. This alone causes great delay on the mission towards preparedness and disaster response on, during, and after calamities or disasters.
Thank you for the additional information, Honorable Judaya. So right at this juncture, before we proceed to the statement of resolutions and proposals, let us first have a 3-minute recess to either deliberate or to simply just have a brief rest. Any motion? So,
I move to have a 3-minute recess.
any second?
I second the motion.
A motion was raised to have a 3-minute recess and was seconded.
I move to amend the motion by extending the recess duration to 5 minutes. I believe that the recess could be a great time to raise an insight that would be valuable during the statement of solutions and proposals. And 3 minutes is a tad bit short to have a fruitful discussion and produce insights that are worth sharing during the next stages of today's session.
Any second? Honorable Talisik.
I second the motion.
The assembly will have a 5-minute break, hence dismiss. Session resume. So, are there any motions to continue? You are recognized, Honorable Judaya.
I move to lay remaining matters on the table since both me and Honorable Talisik will be around for the next session because we have important matters to attend to in this call.
To me, it seems like we could continue with this any further considering the unavailability of other participants for the next sessions. That being said, any motion to adjourn the meeting. Okay.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Any second? A motion was raised to adjourn the meeting and was seconded. With that, I hereby declare the meeting adjourned. The meeting ended at exactly 10:36 in the morning. Thank you and Godspeed.